Tara. I'll be your counselor for today. How are you doing?
I'm alright, my name's Kurt.
Nice to meet you, Kurt. So what was it like getting here?
Oh, it wasn't too bad, like it's pretty cold out there, but the roads are pretty dry right now, so driving isn't too bad. But I went to write my G test today, and I thought that was gonna be it for the driving test, but one of my brake lights was out. So I was unable to do that and had to pay an additional $45 to rebook the test.
Wow.
And it might come on a day where we have snow, so I'm pretty bummed out over that, among other things.
I'm sorry to hear that. Just a couple things before we get started here. I just want to go over, typically these sessions are to last about 45 minutes to an hour in here, where we'll be meeting over the next 6 weeks on whichever day you feel comfortable and can book. Everything in here will remain between the two of us, meaning that it's confidential. So there are instances where I have to break that confidentiality. If you are of imminent harm to yourself or others, if you identify any child or elder abuse, or if you take any legal action, my documents can be subpoenaed to court. So is that okay with you? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand. That's good that you guys do that, because then you can really open up and not have to worry too much about, really expressing yourself and being embarrassed and stuff like that. So
yeah, exactly. So other than that, everything will remain confidential. Other than I do have to acknowledge that these sessions will be recorded, and I might have to go to my supervisor for educational purposes. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's all fine with me.
Okay, so let's get started. Tell me a little bit about what brought you in today.
So I've been having some trouble with my girlfriend at home. She just left one day with a note, her stuff was gone, and I found out that she's pregnant, and I'm not too happy about that because, when would that have happened? Not with me, because I do practice safe sex, so it's a pretty big shock there. So I really don't know what to do, and I really could use some help with managing my thoughts and feelings.
No, I understand how that could be a frustrating situation. So could you tell me a little bit about what your relationship was like before she had just left?
Well, I thought things were going pretty good. We were getting along pretty good. Like, we did have one fight where things blew up, but we made up. And, I thought things were fine. Been with her for like 2 years now, so.
So what would a typical day look like for the two of you?
Like, wake up, say good morning, how you doing, make a tea or coffee, go to work, come back, watch a movie, hang out, cuddle, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And when did you notice that things started to change, or did they change?
I didn't really notice a whole lot, but then all of a sudden she's like, got a bun in the oven, and I really don't know where to turn.
So what I'm understanding here is that they didn't really change. One day she just kind of went up and left.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, and how have you dealt with that so far?
I've just been hanging out. Like, I haven't really done much to deal with it.
Yeah.
I've tried mindfulness, but I'd like to learn more about that.
Okay. Did you want to just take a quick minute and we'll do a quick breathing exercise?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So we'll just breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, and again, 2, 3, 4, out. One more time, 2, 3, 4, exhale. So what was that like for you?
I feel a lot calmer, like breathing is good. Breathing is a legitimate strategy in coping with stress.
Do you practice many of the mindfulness strategies at home?
I have a little bit, but I'd like to know more and be able to go more in depth with it. And
yeah, that's understandable. So tell me a little bit about your relationship.
Okay, so we hooked up 2 years ago, and things were good for a long time. We did have that fight the other day that was pretty bad.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, let me just, how long ago was the fight prior to your girlfriend leaving?
It was like 2 weeks before she left.
Before she left?
So I guess she must have thought about it for a while. Like I thought things were alright, but apparently not, so.
Okay, and from my understanding, you were saying she left a note stating she was pregnant?
Yeah.
And you don't have any idea to who she could be pregnant with?
No, but that might be a game changer for me. Like, to get cheated on is just horrible, you know? Like, you gotta respect people's feelings, especially if you invest a lot of time with them.
No, yeah, that's...
So it's like, if she just is gonna go out and do that on me, like, I might not want any more to do with her. Like, after 2 years, you just go out and do that, like, you're not satisfied or whatever. Like, what is that?
Yeah,
Get out
no,
of town.
I completely understand where you're coming from. And how did that make you feel in the moment when she did that?
Oh, it made me feel so bad. The lowest I felt in like years and years. And
What did you do to cope with that?
I called my mom. Yeah, I talked to my mom about it.
So, do you have any other coping strategies other than talking to your mom and looking into practicing mindfulness?
Like I walk a lot. So I'll go for a walk, think stuff out, and just try to remain calm. I try to be assertive in all situations. Even if stuff gets like heated or worked up, I just try to like, you know, get a valid straight point across and make my point and
Yeah.
not freak out or anything. But
So, from what I gather is you don't really quite know the reason why she left, but she is pregnant. So, have you tried to contact her after she did leave?
no, I haven't.
No?
No.
So is there like a reason behind why you haven't tried to reach out to her?
I just feel offended by this whole situation, and like I just want to chill for a bit now, maybe like a week or two, think stuff out, and just ground myself, be mindful, and not get too worked up over nothing.
Yeah.
Or, well, it's not nothing, but it's like,
Do you feel more so that if she felt like she wanted to talk, she would come and talk to you? So you're trying to kind of have respect for that boundary?
I really don't know if she would be like that or not, to be honest.
That's understandable. So, let's say all your problems had disappeared. What would it look like for you? A miracle was to happen, and yeah, what would that look like?
Well, she wouldn't have sprung that on me the way she did. We'd probably still be together. Maybe I'd win the lottery.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, hey?
Yeah.
And yeah, just continue on with my life. And
So, considering the fact that she is pregnant and you suspect that she may have cheated on you, is there any possibility that you're thinking of working this out, or are you leaning more towards you need to move on from it?
I have thought about it, and I really don't know yet at this point, to be honest. So I've got to figure that out within myself. But that's also part of going to counseling for me, is getting some help with that decision. Even it's a really personal decision, and it's all on me. But like I do need some assistance with managing like what my best options are going to be. So I guess maybe I should reach out to family again or something like that. But
And what's your relationship like with your family?
oh, it's good. Yeah.
Do you look to them for support often?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a big support network with my family. Like I've got cousins, I've got my mom, my dad, my stepmom, all sorts of support people in my family, so that's good. And I try to make new bridges all the time. Like even coming here and talking to the counselors, you know, adding another support person for however many weeks it is, I forget, but
Yeah, exactly. So how have you removed the stressors in your life currently?
currently they're just, like I said, like I go for walks, I be assertive, I do me. Like
Yeah.
instead of like getting worked up over other people, just do what's good for yourself rather
Wait.
than mitigate on.
So you are hoping to expand on those though and kind of open yourself up to more resources?
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could look into more resources for you if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yes, I would be.
Yeah. I'll just get your, I'll get you to sign this consent form here. And then maybe Thank you. Maybe our next session, we can go over some other additional resources that we can connect you with that will help you further on your journey with support on this topic.
Because I am into building myself up and learning how to do that better and expanding on that. So if it's something I believe in, that's like a legitimate thing that can actually help. So.
Yeah. But so I must ask you, what does a typical day look like for you now that your girlfriend has left?
It's pretty much the same. It's just lonelier. Like it's, get up, have tea, go to work, come back, go to school.
But you've been dealing with it, okay? You've been prioritizing all your main necessities, okay,
yes.
And attending everything? And
yeah, it hasn't been that bad. I've been managing. It's really lonely, and it is a bummer.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not that great of a situation, so.
No, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I completely understand. So what do you think, like, your biggest challenges are that you need to overcome right now?
Right now, I just need to take care of myself, make sure that I'm good to go, and just keep maintaining, like, achieving goals, working on goals, putting time in for goals, and then achieving them.
Yeah.
So just focus all my energy on positive things like that. But
well, it sounds to me like even though you might be having a hard time and going through this stressful time in your life, that you've been coping with it quite well, and you're looking for those alternative strategies. And so you're really, I respect that of you. You're really taking that initiative to come forward and do something about how you're feeling, even though you are still managing it.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm very respectful of that. So with that being said, you are managing your time fairly well then with everything?
Yeah.
And you've been getting to work and going to bed at a decent time. Just other than that, it's just lonely.
Yeah.
So with your girlfriend just leaving, if she was to send you that message wanting to talk, what do you think that would be like for you?
I don't know, I think it would be a big eye-opener. It would definitely be something I would want to get ready for, not just do out of the blue, like really think about what I want to say, and just go over like what's going on, what's up with that or whatever, and trying to figure it out that way, I guess, just by asking her questions, thinking of questions for her, and like expressing to her how I feel about the situation, and what are some possible outcomes that may happen, or try different things to try and stuff.
So with that being said, would you hope for it to be more of you guys to benefit from it and move forward, or would you just like to leave things where they are?
I think getting back together and benefiting from that would be really cool. It's just like,
would you be able to handle that considering the situation at hand?
I really don't know. It would have to be something to try out and see if it works, I guess. I really don't know the answer to that, so.
Yeah, of course. No, you gotta take your time slow, and perhaps something you guys could look into if the time does come where you reconnect is couples counseling or something like that.
Yeah.
And you'd have a person there to help you guys talk through your indifferences. Unfortunately, we kind of are coming to an end of the session today, so I just want to make sure, is there anything else you'd like to go over today before we wrap up?
No, there's nothing. I just want to go home right now.
Yeah, okay. So you can make an appointment with my secretary on whichever day you feel comfortable, and I'll meet with you again next week. Is that fine with you?
That's fine with me, thank you.
No problem. Our agency is open from 9 to 5, so whenever you feel comfortable.
Alright, thank you.